everyone, I am Jodeline and this is my mini lecture and I chose the chapter 5. So before we proceed to the discussion, let us analyze first the title of the chapter, which is the trend and issues in teaching gifted and talented learners. So when we hear gifted, it is having an exceptional talents, mga taong pinagpala, so they have the capability to perform at higher levels. Trends and issues in teaching gifted and talented learners. Can a learner be both gifted and coupled with a learning disability? So, it is possible that a child is twice exceptional or gifted with a disability. And in this case, a gifted child might also have a specific learning disability. So, it is possible no nga ang isa ka bata is gifted with disability. Giftedness can vary, with some individuals having exceptional IQ scores and skills, while others have high IQ scores combined with disabilities. So, with another described condition, the disability of this learner turn to overpower their cognitive ability, kaning most especially if when they are already labeled to having kaning mga disabilities. So, other child have a disabilities or twice exceptional but taas ang IQ level nila. But however, these learners often face challenges due to their disabilities limiting their potential. So, bisan po og taas ilahang IQ level, naa gyapon kuan kaning limit ilahang potential kay naa man sila disabilities. Giftedness learners with disabilities possess exceptional potentials, performing high abilities despite their impairments. So, gifted learners with disabilities is they have a extraordinary ability or intelligence or mga pambihirang kakayanan at talino. So, even if they have disabilities, dili hadlang sa ila kung unsa ang disability nga naa sa ilaha. Gifted with learning disabilities. Gifted with learning disabilities are intellectually gifted learners who often have disabilities and they are often hard to recognize. So, lisod i-identify kung unsa nga type nga impairments na ang isa ka tao nga gifted with learning disabilities because they are clustered as a group of learners with disabilities. And also, they often have inconsistent, unpredictable, and inexplicable academic performance. So, when we say inconsistent, dili pari-pariho, unpredictable, dili mahibalan, and inexplicable is dili ma-explain. So, in a group of class, uban ang mga gifted even if lahi-lahi sila. So, that is why it is difficult to identify the twice exceptional learners. And also, they may also excel in written tasks but struggle bitaw sila sa verbal activities, and many of them tend to be inattentive in class, have difficulties in spelling and reading skills. So the famous example is Thomas Alva Edison, who was unable to read until he was 12 years old. His writing skills were poor throughout his life, but these difficulties did not point or stop him to become one of the greatest inventors. So, si Leonardo pod o si George Washington have the same condition to Thomas. Gifted with autism. Some characteristic of autism is exhibit extreme concentration, poor social skills, and extraordinary visual talents. So, exhibit extreme concentration is long time focus so hard that you lose track of everything else going on around you. Poor social skills is struggling to socialize, like they want to interact, but when they do it, it doesn't go well. So, last one is extraordinary visual talents, which means very unusual talents that they have. They may exhibit repetitive motor mannerism, kana bitong thumb sucking, nail, or lip biting, or naapoy head banging. So, passionate in interest in one topic and lack empathy. So, struggle gyapon sila to understand other people's feelings, problems, or life situations. Also, someone who lacks empathy often has a hard time understanding their own emotion. So Dr. Temple Grandin, who was autism, was diagnosed as deaf and brain damage at age 2, but was rested with an IQ of 137 at age of 8. So he became prominent author and speaker on both autism and animal behavior, and he is professor of animal science at Colorado State University. Gifted with ADHD. ADHD, impulsive, hyperactive, and inattentive types are new diagnoses for children characterized by concentration difficulties, distractibility, impulsivity, and hyperactivity. So kaning ADHD no is makakause siya sa learners or kids to be more inattentive, hyperactive, and impulsive than is normal for their age. So ang ADHD makes it harder for kids to develop the skills that control attention, behavior, emotions, and activity. So ang resulta is they often act in ways that are hard for parents manage. So kaning dili gid siya sayon ma-manage bitaw sa parents kay kaning lisod man gid sila i-manage bitaw kay kaning dugay sila mo mature. And also gifted individuals may appear disorganized and forgetful, dali ra makalimot, and struggle with listening. So ga-struggle pud sila sa pagpaminaw no silang parents, silang mga maestro, maestra na and following instructions. So dili sila kasabot kaayo no, and gastay ra gid na sila sa ilahang seats kay wala man sila kabalo kung unsa ilahang buhaton. Giftedness and disability can create a double disadvantage for learners. So kani gid ang giftedness o disability no kay dili gid siya sayon ideal kay gahatag man siya og double disadvantage sa learners as they may hide their talents or be overlooked for special education programs. Kay kaning ila man ginatago ang ilahang mga talents kay maybe maulaw sila, and also mag-overlook bitaw sila for special education programs. And then both conditions can be influenced by each other, necessitating nurturing and teaching effective learning strategies. So ang kaning mga learners nga na disability is kinahanglan gid nga naay mag-teach sa ilaha kana effective gyud nga kanang ang kanang nga teacher is maghatag pud siya og mga learning strategies. So response to intervention RTI is an early intervention strategy used in general education classroom to help struggling learners. So ang kaning response to our intervention or RTI no is mo ni siya ang educational strategy used in schools to provide effective and high quality instruction, monitor on students, so ginamonitor nila ang mga students bitaw or nabay progress ang students, so that i-make sure gid nila nga kaning they are progressing as expected and provide additional support intervention to students who are struggling. So mao na ang kuan ni RTI no nga kaning i-make sure gid nila nga kaning na-progress ang usa ka estudyante. So response to intervention. So the first column is Tier 3, students need intensive intervention. So mao na ni mga students nga need gyud siya og kaning kuan gyud nga mga strategies sa intervention no mga intensive. So Tier 2 is students need some intervention. So ang kaning Tier 2 is kaning dili ka siya need og intervention kay some raman. So Tier 1 is students are least likely to fall behind or need intervention. So kaning Tier 1 kay ang mga students nga likely to fall behind bitaw gyud, and kaning need pud sila gyud og intervention. So the three tiers of supports for students with learning disabilities include general education, specialized instruction, and special education. So these three tiers of support is very important for students that have disabilities kay ngano kaning dili man jud matudloan sila kung kaning unsa gyud maayo gyud nga para sa ilaha, and then para makasabot gyud sila, and kaning para pud nga kaning monitor bitaw sila like sa progress nila. So make sure gyud nga naay progress ang usa ka estudyante. So that's all for chapter 5. Thank you for listening everyone, and have a good day ahead.